The National Schools Governing Body Secretary General speaking to us then. We will continue our conversation today as we celebrate teachers really around the world, but really the focus on our own teachers here in South Africa, as we've kind of had to see really the challenges that they have been faced with this year. And taking this discussion further, we're then joined via Skype by the President of the National Teachers Union, Alan Thompson. A very good afternoon to you, Mr. Thompson. Great to see you again.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much for having me in this important day.
Now, we are celebrating World Teachers Day today, and while we do so, we honor some teachers who have made strides, in making a difficult year for both teachers and learners a little bit more bearable. Is there enough recognition for teachers? And I'm not just talking about on a day like this specifically. Is there enough recognition for teachers who look at, the odds, but get their students to still thrive nonetheless? I mean, one can look at the example of some rural schools where there really isn't much, there isn't all the equipment that we see in some of the urban schools, but some of these learners still thrive and produce some of the most amazing marks. And you look at the schools they come from and you wonder how these children were able to do so and how they were able to pass so well. And I wonder if there is recognition, though, especially for those sort of teachers who, through those odds, still manage to have, good students, to produce good students.
Well, no, thank you very much. I really like the question you are posing to me. And I wish we can have even the officials of the department being given a direct opportunity, and I was going to look at them right in their eyes when they answer this question. In as far as we are concerned, as the National Teachers Union, we still believe that in the Republic of South Africa, there is a lot that still needs to be done in recognition of the teachers. In particular, the one that we are mentioning, who come from the township schools, who are servicing schools situated in the deep rural areas of this country, which the COVID-19 have proved beyond any reasonable doubt that the teachers are very, very important in the economical activities of this country, because the economy could not move without the schools being reopened, so the teachers can be able to release the parents to go to work. Now, looking at what is being done to teachers, initially there was a policy that was introduced by Minister Naledi Pandor when she spoke about the payment of teachers who are coming from the schools that are very difficult to teach. They crafted a term which was called hard to teach schools. Unfortunately, we are seeing all the provinces very reluctant in paying teachers in terms of the standards or the norms that were set by the minister of the time, where teachers were expected, I think it was something like in 2006, where teachers were expected to be paid on top of what they are getting, a certain kind of an allowance, which was more or less called the rural allowance. We are seeing provinces like Limpopo, Mpumalanga, KwaZulu-Natal, very little is being paid to such teachers, such that we are seeing now a serious migration of teachers from township schools. Teachers are moving from rural areas, going back to the cities, simply because they were hoping to get such an incentive which will encourage them to continue working, keep the fire burning under such difficult conditions. So we want to challenge in this World Teachers Day of 2020, the Minister of Basic Education to review to come up with the incentives, comprehensive incentives that will recognize the role that is being played by those teachers who will buy cars at the same time with those who come from the cities, but their cars will be, in a year's time, will be completely road unworthy, simply because of the conditions they work under. We want also to challenge the Minister of Basic Education that in South Africa, we need our own day to celebrate teachers, not to rely on the World Teachers Day celebration, because our teachers are operating under very difficult and stressful situations. In fact, to be very specific, COVID-19 proved the resilience of teachers, because teachers had to find their own ways, navigate ways of securing and saving the academic year for learners. We have also seen that they had time amplified the importance of teachers, because as much as there was some online learning, but parents came back to say Yes, we are seeing these teachers are assisting in terms of online learning, but we need them to come closer to our children and play their pastoral role, which is being played, and it has never been recognized by the majority of the parents. So we believe that we still have to do more in terms of trying to make sure that we recognize the role that is being played by our teachers in the Republic of South Africa by getting a day to celebrate these teachers, to see each and every parent playing a role in recognizing a teacher that is teaching his or her child, and recognizing the school that does not have toilet, that has a problem of water, but those teachers, they've never said, because conditions are like this, then they decided to neglect their role and obligation. But instead, they are producing distinctions under those conditions.
Now, it's so unfortunate that we're struggling to hear you. I think it's partly due to us having thunderstorms this side of town. So very quickly, Mr. Thompson, as we just sort of wrap up our conversation, I think you did say a mouthful there, but what is your message today then for teachers that you represent as president of the National Teachers Union today?
Well, as president of the National I'm thanking all the teachers for dedicating themselves, for dedicating their lives in ensuring that they save the academic year for 2020. But over and above, I also want to pass our gratitude and our words of condolences to those children, to those parents who lost their relatives simply because of COVID-19. Teachers who passed on during this difficult time, we wish their soul will rest in peace, and we are making ourselves available to support the children of the teachers who have passed on, to support the families of our own members that have passed on. But we want them to continue striving for excellence in the Republic of South Africa. They have proved themselves that you cannot wish teachers away. They have proved that this country still requires them, and there is no economy that will be functional without more teachers being employed in the system. We will continue as the National Teachers Union fighting for the better conditions of employment for teachers, security in schools, reduction of class sizes, better salaries for teachers. All those issues we will still continue while they play their role in the classroom. We want them to continue making us proud. We are very happy with the kind of work they are doing in those classrooms under this daring situation. All
right. Mr. Adam Thompson, always a pleasure. Thank you for your time, sir. It's President of the National Teachers Union. Many thanks to you. All right, we're still going to stay then on the story as we celebrate Teachers' Day, World Teachers' Day. And our reporter, Pepile Kunene, attended an event to honor teachers in Mbombela and sent us this report.
With me here is one of the learners that are so grateful to have teachers. This day to you means what?
This day to us means a celebration for teachers who have become like parents to us. We get you to school every day. We face different challenges at home, but some of the teachers have so much sympathy and empathy for us. They motivate us to do better and to accomplish more than what we think we can achieve. They break barriers and they really open doors for us. Education, I can say, really is a key to success, and I want to thank all teachers all over the world in South Africa for their hard work, especially during this pandemic. It has become more difficult, and they have their own problems as well, and now facing this, dealing with children from different backgrounds, I cannot begin to imagine how it is, but would just like to say thank you and enjoy this day and celebrate them.
To your peers that are not seeing the light like you are, what can you say?
To my peers that are not seeing the light to me, I'd just like to say we need to be more grateful, be more grateful to teachers, because we do not know what they go through as well. I feel like sometimes we tend to put ourselves first. When we come to school, we are not considerate enough, and we need to really be thankful because not only are they teachers, but they also have their own children, which they send to maybe different schools. They're also going through a lot. We just need to be grateful in a way.
Thank you so much. As school has been described as one of the safest places by both learners and teachers in this celebration here. Happy Teachers' Day to all teachers in the world.